is created for one emergency situation. On a normal basis, whatever command and control structures, whatever control rooms we have, it is sufficient enough to take care of the situations which arise. Added to that, we have sufficient amount of infrastructure in place. The leveraging of infrastructure already available on any side, so that generally does not happen. And generally, it's seen there is a tendency amongst the vendors to bring their boxes and put a new structure in place of whatever is already existing, adding to the problems primarily of capacity building and human resources, which generally don't come by so easily. As most of you would be aware, I think the best thing which could happen to police communication, or for that matter, public service communication last couple of years, is Tetra. It's as stable, as good, and as fine as GSM and normal telephony. So the comparisons between GSM and Tetra, between radio communication and mobile telephony, is very, very real. It is the backbone of modern public safety and security network, because the field operations rely entirely on its functionality and reliability. So this is the system which took care of Beijing Olympics. This is the system on which the Commonwealth Games are being held. We'll be using around 25,000 radio equipments, which would finally be given to public agencies. They're still being used by public agencies. To go down to the public agencies once again for utilizing it in their networks. I think all positive points which we expected out of a communication system are there available in Tetra. So you can take it from the high availability side or specialized group communication on uncompromising quality, whatever might be the criteria. I think Tetra fulfills all these criteria. And the silos in which we worked and silos in which we are still working, because most of the cities in this country don't have a real functional Tetra. So this is what the situation would be like once the Tetra technology is implemented in a city scenario, and we have all the major agencies integrated into one. You have your own networks, you have a general combined network. So it takes care of any type of data intensive application. I would not elaborate any further. We'll just move on to the interception. So communication interception today by far is the biggest issue. There is no issue beyond this. We are not able to handle the total quantum of email which is being generated. We are just lost in that whole mess. And we keep talking about Blackberries, we keep talking about internet gateways, but we don't have the sort of a control, which some countries, they have been able to develop that sort of a capabilities, voice, fax, SMS, all sorts of data. Interceptions for intelligence and law enforcement. So it's basically, these are the nature of solutions which we are looking for. Couple of these things have been tried, couple of these things which are functional, combinations of these things we are trying. But at the end of the day, the very perception of public safety and security, which the security agencies have, and which the vendors have, so that should tally somewhere. If the perceptions don't match, then the goods delivery won't match. The specifications won't match, the results won't match. So that is the situation where we are in. Even for simple software developments, we have change requests which go to the tune of 160–70%. So this is a complicated architecture on which the whole interception system works. The video surveillance, I think much has been talked about video surveillance. I need not add any further. But to my surprise, I find that huge amount of investments are made without getting into the real requirements. There are places, I will not quote the name of the cities, where say 100 thoroughfares or your the areas where you have cross sections. So they have exactly the same configuration of cameras at all the 100 cross sections, whereas the requirement would be radically different. So this is how the whole thing is happening, and in the government we have a tendency to hand over nearly everything, inclusive of the specifications, to the vendor. Analytics, video analytics, we're not very clear about the nature of analytics we need. One of the cities has, I think they have ordered for some 58 video walls. So what do you do with those 50 video walls? What you will be able to follow, what you will not be able to follow? So that is another big question mark. What a neat system of city-based video surveillance, what it delivers to us is increased quality of life for citizens because they feel safer. It might not necessarily be a great adjunct to our enforcement capabilities, but the citizen always feels that as long as the camera is up there, there is certainly the police's eye or the government's eye is there on all the wrongdoers. Enhanced officer safety, it's a force multiplier, more eyes in more places, and reduce liability exposure. What liability exposure can do to us, you have seen in 2611. So the less we are exposed, the better it is for us as long as we are able to perform without getting exposed. Enhanced video evidence and operational costs. Operational cost compared to, it is not operational cost between one city-based video surveillance to another city-based video surveillance. It is the operational cost of keeping a human resource there and keeping a camera there. In total terms, in your language, the cost to your company. Okay, so there are a large number of internet issues, voice over internet protocol. So these calls are encrypted, they bypass international gateways, cannot be monitored. There is no tracking mechanism. Till today, we have not thought of a situation or thought of a system by which every single email account, creation of a email account, goes through the same process of getting a SIM card. I think that itself will sort out, I think 70, 80, 90% of the issues which are being created out of large volume of email traffic and email account holders not being known. Interception at internet gateways. So these are the issues in which we are stuck up on a regular basis. How steganography is being used by the terrorists for these major incidents is known to everybody. Other major issues are like SIM cloning, EMI modification, Thoraya satellite phones. As far as VoIP is concerned, we lack professionals who can handle investigation related to VoIP. General issues regarding standardization and uniformity at all levels, integration of the available infrastructure. Yes. Assimilation of technology, capacity building. So I'll end up with a responsive technological framework. We're talking about public safety and security, what it should have. So we have been talking about things totally unrelated to having an ERP. An ERP is a must to start to get the police department on the digital mode. So ERP solution, crime analysis, research engine, city-based video surveillance, automatic vehicle location system, Tetra network, integrated interception, integration of all important databases, command and control center, and smart, safe, smart city concept being executed, and implementation of the homeland security concept. Thank you.